And it is time for the movie draft, and we're going with sequels. And one of the reasons I went with sequels is because we obviously had Spider-Man 2, the anniversary, the 20th anniversary coming up for Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Also, Inside Out 2 just came out, and it's a really, really good movie. So if you have not seen Inside Out 2, I highly recommend it. Now, granted, I got a 12-year-old daughter, so I haven't shown them to. It's these, Anna. It's literally these. These are what are on the T-shirt.
Got some stickers.
Yeah, just tell me which one you want. Those are your three options, and then let me know the size, and then we'll see if we can't make it work. All right, so Lan is the big wiener, so he gets to go first, and then Frank will go second, and then, as always, I will go third. Now, what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to build the ultimate triple feature of sequels. And here's something that I struggled with a little bit when it came to sequels is, does it count as a sequel if it's a part of a trilogy? And is a sequel only the second movie? Essentially, the answer to those questions is it's no. It's anything, because I looked up what the definition of sequel is, and it's anything that continues the story. And so it can be the second movie, third movie, fourth movie in a franchise. It doesn't matter. Because remember, that was one part of Scream 2. When Jamie Kennedy's character's in his movie, film class, they're talking about which sequels are better. And somebody mentions Empire Strikes Back, and he responds with, part of a trilogy, not a sequel. Well, for all intents and purposes here, anything like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, those can all be considered sequels. So, Lan, you get to go first. And what are you going with, my good man?
Okay.
What is your first sequel? And look, and I tried to have the movie posters lined up here. I have no idea if I'm going to have what these guys pick.
Yeah, Alan, pick something like
he's gonna pick some
anime
weird
from Japan.
Yeah, some weird shit that nobody's ever seen.
Some Siberian movie.
Siberian movie. There you go.
From Albany.
No, I'm going with a pretty popular one, although I don't think it's the one that everybody thinks I'm going to say.
Aliens.
So, damn, I totally forgot about that.
You're giving away movies now, Brandon.
Shit.
I forgot about Aliens. But no, I'm going with Godfather Part 2.
Hey,
Jesus
Probably
Christ.
one of my favorites.
Brandon hates Godfather, by the
these
way.
movies are so fucking terrible.
Part 2 is so good.
Yeah.
No.
He's very good.
I got to get really
I know
high
it was you, Fredo.
and try to watch these movies again because
There's a time, and I still partly believe this, that Part 2 is way better than Part 1.
It is.
Can I watch Part
Robert
2
De
and not
Niro
be
is
lost?
so good.
I mean, kind of.
Okay. What do you mean? No, you mean kind of?
Well, there are some things that were set up at the end of the first one, but you could. It's kind of its own movie, but yeah, it's not the Last Jedi kind of movie.
The Beard says Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2. Actually, and that's another reason why I went with this, is because they just announced that they're going to make a second Spaceballs with Josh Gad. And if it's
Josh
not
Gad, by the way,
and he's a lot of Disney movies and stuff
from Florida.
If they don't call it Spaceballs, In Search of More Money or something like that?
Yeah.
He was in the Adam Sandler Pixel movie. He was the crazy kid that tried to chloroform him in the back of the bus. If you ever saw Pixels.
Didn't.
Okay.
I think a lot of people did. All right, Frank, what is your first movie for best sequels?
I'm going with Empire. Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Records is. No, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Not on Rex Manning Day.
Yeah, not on Rex Manning Day. I mean, in all reality, it's... I saw a really funny meme that kind of explained...
Find out who his father is.
The first three original Star Wars movies, where there's one that shows Bart smashing a chair over Homer's back. The second one, and it's like A New Hope. And then the next one has Homer breaking a chair over Bart's back, and it says Empire Strikes Back. And then it has both of them smashing Mr. Burns, and it says Return of the Jedi. And Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out as well, Beard. All right. So I get to go back to back here.
Go back to back.
Oh, Jesus. I've got a lot of backup ones, but I think for my first one, I'm going Dark Knight.
Nice.
It's just such a good movie. And then actually, well, this is the one that I probably would technically go with first if I had to choose between the two.
Terminator.
Little Terminator 2 action there. All right, Frank, we're back to you. What is your second movie in the sequels triple feature?
We'll go with a surprise here.
Ooh.
Paddington 2. No.
Bullshit. Not a bad movie, by the way. Not a bad movie.
I'm going to go with Logan.
Hey, there you go.
I thought that was probably before Deadpool. The first Deadpool came out. That was probably the best adaptation to a Marvel or to a comic movie.
Not a bad
really
pick.
Good.
Logan's
really good.
Wolverine.
Really good.
All right, Lane, you get to go back to back here, buddy.
Okay, so
Hey, fuck you at the drive-thru. Lethal Weapon 4.
I'm going with this is my locked in for sure one. I'm going
Lock
with
it in.
The Naked Gun 2.5.
Oh
With
shit!
OJ?
I don't have that one. Fuck.
Got him.
Oh.
Got him. Still, Naked
you
Gun is probably one of my favorite comedy series of all time. Freaking love those movies.
They are good. Not gonna lie.
So for my last pick, though, it's a toss-up, and they're all sci-fi fantasy movies.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Aliens.
Alien.
Not gonna lie, that is one of them. But
John Wick.
I think about how long Return of the King is. This is a really good movie. But I think I'm gonna go with the original, or I think I'm gonna go with the one I thought of first.
Shrek
and that's
2.
Wrath of Khan.
Oh.
Thanks.
Wrath of Khan.
You had to go deep in the well for this one, didn't you? You just taking any poster you could find on sequels, weren't you?
Look at Ricardo Montalban and
That's
his
the poster.
machismo.
That's the one that's on IMDb.
In his fake chest.
It is fake chest.
All right, Frank, we're back to you. You've got Empire Strikes Back and Logan so far. What is going to be your third movie for sequel triple feature?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the more recent one. I'm gonna go with Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, look at you going rogue there, huh?
That hits the nostalgic. Just hearing the dong in the trailer gave me goosebumps. That movie was fantastic. Dong.
I still haven't seen it.
It's great, dude. It's great.
All right, so we have
Alan, you like the dong hit?
the dong.
No, I like what the Beard put in the chat for his pick.
Debbie does Dallas again.
Well, that would be Debbie Does Fort Worth this time. instead of
Ortiz
Dallas.
is saying next Friday, which is a decent sequel. Wasn't bad. So here's some of the honorable mentions that I had. Because, man, there's a lot of sequels here that we can pick. Obviously, we are just during the podcast here, we already talked about Spider-Man 2. And here's another caveat to this, is that I brought this up during one of my work meetings. I work at Jama Software, by the way. Check it out. And we were kind of talking about sequels, and we were talking about whether or not, like, as we were drafting this stuff, the sequel doesn't have to be better than the original. It just has to be a good movie, you know? And I think that because it kind of brought up the whole conversation that people have about, whatchamacallit, that people have about what cover songs that are better than the original. And a lot of people just list really good cover songs, but the whole point is
Alien Ant Farm.
which one's better than the original. Whereas this one, it's just, as long as it's a good movie, but I think a lot of people think Spider-Man 2 better than Spider-Man 1.
I think the storyline and everything was better, but Willem Dafoe knocked it out the ballpark as far as villains
He
go.
always does.
He did, but I also think Alfred Molina
He did a great job.
great as Doc Ock, you know?
Yeah.
The cock.
Doc. Here's another sequel one that's
Yeah.
a nice honorable mention there.
Adam's Family Values.
Everybody's first crush with Christina Ricci in the little Native American outfit.
When they're out at the camp and they take over. What does she say? Oh God, I forget the line. Like the counselors are saying something to her, and Christina Ricci comes back with this just quick one-liner towards, but freaks them all out. I wish I remembered the line.
Good story. Bad. All right, next one. Back to the Future 2. So I would take this one over the Back to the Future 3. Like I at least I personally
see. Here's the thing. I love what they did in the background of the future downtown area, like just the stuff like how it's still you still see things from the past, but they blended it into the future. But when I was growing up, I didn't quite get how deep the second one was. It just was like too adult. And the third one was more kid oriented. So I always, as a kid, enjoyed the third one more. But as I got older, it switched to where I thought the second one was better than the third. But as a kid, the second one just completely, especially when they go back into the alternate 1985 and it gets super dark. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was as a kid, I was like, what the hell?
With the Donald Trump version of Biff.
That and all the shootings, and then you have his mom with like her huge gungas.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little much for kids back then.
Her gungans.
Well, the other thing that freaked me out is when he throws the thing at Biff, and it does that super quick, like he ducks.
Yeah,
and it just looks really fake.
The tray, right? He throws a tray at him.
He's like, he's like, what is that? Thunk.
Anyways, here you have Batman Returns.
Of course.
God, I was getting pictures and stuff for Batman Returns. Fucking Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, dude, was just awesome.
Yeah,
it was.
Good cast.
Yeah, it was. Also, another one here, I didn't think anybody would pick it, but I really did enjoy this movie. Is Blade 2. I thought the Blade movies were really good.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
No, that's Blade Trinity. That's the one with him and Jessica Biel.
Okay.
And that's the one where they
was in that one too.
And who?
Donnie Yen, Hitman.
Oh, and Parker Posey was in there. That's when they get the devil. Or not sorry, the devil, Dracula.
Winter Soldier was potentially going to be on my list too.
So the one thing that I really like about the Captain America movies is that each one got better. Mm-hmm. Like I honestly think that when you went from the first Avenger to Winter Soldier to Civil War, that somehow was a trilogy of movies where they got better. Like they didn't get worse.
I like how everybody on that poster has like a super tough pose, and then Scarlett Johansson's back there looking like a stripper pulling.
Yeah.
These guns are so heavy.
Oh, my tits are in the way. I chose the bear.
Chose the bear. Jesus Christ. All right, we got a bunch more here. We also have the Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which, now granted, Night of the Living Dead, just revolutionary. Now, this is the original Dawn of the Dead poster. If you've never seen the remake that they did with Ving Rhames and Ty Burrell from Modern Family, fucking awesome, man. That is a fantastic remake.
They shoot Burt Reynolds.
We have another sequel here, Desperado. Ladies and gentlemen. This is
Once Upon a Time in Mexico was pretty good too.
This is one that I almost went with. I'm still on the fence about.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Love Die Hard with a Vengeance. Absolutely love
amazing
this movie.
You know, one of the cool callbacks in that is
Yippee-ki-yay,
Samuel Jackson. No, Samuel L. Jackson asked Bruce Willis, he asked his character what he's been doing for like the last month, and he said, I was just smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
And that was a callback to Pulp
Fiction, baby.
From when, Bruce Willis is singing the song, smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. I thought that's
cigarettes
cool
and watching Captain.
And both of them are in Pulp Fiction, so yeah, that was a cool callback.
Nice little tie-in with Ving Rhames right there as we went from Dawn of the Dead to Pulp Fiction. Other one, Evil Dead 2. Yeah, no Kurt Russell. Another one that's on that list. Here's a great one.
Gremlins 2.
Fuck yes, man.
Hulk Hogan, baby.
I'm gonna have to come up there and whip you apart.
Oh man! And then when they start playing the like that whole thing that's for the end of the world, and then they compile them all, and then even the one's melting. It's like what a world, what a world!
Yeah,
like
what a world.
the Wicked Witch.
I didn't realize that the first Gremlins came out the same day as the original Ghostbusters in 1984. They both went to theaters the same day.
Original Gremlins, kind of a Christmas movie.
And it was also that their downtown was Back to the Future downtown. It's Hill Valley. It's the same.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I just saw a post about that on Instagram.
on the gram. Incredibles 2, I thought was a fantastic movie. They did a really solid job with it. Shit, this was another one that I thought about going with.
The Last Crusade.
Junior.
You didn't want to go with the fourth one where he's chasing aliens? And
Never saw the Crystal Skull.
Oh,
and I refuse to
you
see
didn't.
it. Here's
didn't
another
miss
one,
anything.
which again, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Inside Out 2, go check it out. It's a fantastic movie. Got a couple of Mad Maxes in here. I don't need to bring those up. Scream 2, I also thought was a fantastic movie as well.
Wasn't that the one with like Creed? Creed was the soundtrack.
I don't think so.
Which one were they the soundtrack on? Second or third one?
I don't know, but I had the Scream 2 soundtrack.
There was just one. Maybe it was. When did Scream 2 come out?
So I remember.
2000?
So Scream 2. No, it was like 98.
Okay, so yeah, so that was Creed. Creed was like had two songs on that soundtrack, and one of them I think was "Are You Ready?"
97 was 97 was Scream 2, and that was the
Okay.
one that had Creed not on the soundtrack.
Then it was Scream 3 that they were all over.
Next, I remember there was this song called "Scream" by Master P. And the whole song was making him say, "Oh," basically. It was like "Scream," like that whole thing. And then, but the whole reason that I got that soundtrack was the Cottonmouth Kings' "Suburban Life." Fantastic song. Really quick in the YouTube chat, Ortiz says a list of movies that would be a good one is movie reboots that were better than the original. That wouldn't be that would be difficult, but it wouldn't be a bad one. I'm also a little surprised nobody even went with this.
Superman 2.
But are you talking about specifically the Richard Donner cut?
Well, no, it's just the poster that I grabbed. So just to be in general, just Superman 2. Kneel before Zod, for crying out loud. And then, of course, we also have Toy Story 2, which was a fantastic movie. And then I think this was I think we saw this in the theater together, Lan. X2.
X2.
Because
Maybe?
when the one chick, Kelly who did she play?
She played Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah, and when like in the scene where they're going through the computers, I specifically remember I was at the theater with Lan and his brother and his buddy Mike, and Remy LeBeau came up on the screen, and they're all, "Oh shit, Remy LeBeau!" And I'm like, "Yeah!" And then like when it got quiet, I go, "Who's Remy LeBeau?" And Alan looked at me like I was a
Gambit,
fucking idiot. And Alan goes, "Gambit." And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah!"
And then in the theater, Baron's just like, "Yeah, Remy LeBeau!"
It was like 5 minutes later. But my third pick is going to be Aliens.
Aliens.
Which, by
That's
the way,
a good movie.
so I do post these up on Instagram, so in Facebook. So I put up a post that shows everybody's choices, and then I essentially ask who built the best triple feature, and everybody always thinks that I have the best triple feature. So I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, but everybody thinks I'm amazing at picking this stuff, and you guys.
Not everybody has good taste.
Yeah, that's what I go with.
Okay.